Welcome, friends, to the last question and answer session. At least this is the last one from this current offering that I'm giving to people who are on my mailing list at markhemmings.com. You guys sent in a bunch of awesome questions, and this video will go along really well with all of the other videos within this YouTube playlist. So make sure you check them out because there's a lot of questions that will help you in your photography. Okay, so let's get right to it. Sanjoy says, "Sir, please tell me how to put correct exposure for a photograph of two persons, one of a bright complexion and another of a dark complexion, both indoor and outdoor photography. Thanks and regards." Sanjoy, that's an excellent question, and it's really useful to understand how exposure works with regards to skin tone. Now, back in the day, when I was using film, especially slide film, it was very tricky to deal with very dark skin tone and very pale. For example, someone like me, especially when the two people were beside each other. For example, a lot of times when people do commercial photo shoots or advertising photo shoots, you'll have a group of people and you'll have a person with a dark skin and a person with a light skin right next to each other. It's not so much a problem these days if you are shooting in what's called RAW mode. Now, most cameras allow for RAW, and RAW allows you to have a lot of flexibility and what we call exposure latitude with regards to brightness areas and darkness areas, or dark areas and bright areas together. Now, if you have a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, you should be able to switch to RAW mode. If you are uncomfortable going completely RAW, then choose RAW plus JPEG. This is in your menu item, menu options for your camera, and you should be able to do that, and you'll find that the RAW version, if you have software to understand it or to read it, will give you perfect exposure between the the light skin face and the face with the dark skin. All you have to do is adjust simple sliders called shadow slider, make the shadows a bit brighter, and highlights, bring the highlights down in that same picture, and you should have a perfectly exposed picture. Now, if, Sanjoy, you use an iPhone or an Android, what I suggest is you download Lightroom CC mobile app, which is a great app that allows you to photograph in RAW mode. And Lightroom's RAW mode is called DNG, and that stands for digital negative. Okay, so I do a lot of also tutorials on the Lightroom mobile app in my other YouTube playlist, so make sure you check that out. So RAW will help you with that problem, both indoors and outdoors. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, next one. This is from Tyrone. "Hi Mark, I'm just learning the ropes. There is one question I would like to ask. When shooting weddings, do you shoot in color, then when editing change the one you want to black and white, or change at the time? Thank you, Mark. You've really helped me a lot. I try to watch as much of your tutorials as possible." Okay, well, thank you, Tyrone. I really appreciate those kind words. The answer is shoot in color all the time with no exception. The only exception, it's a wonderful exception, if you have the money to have the fantastic Leica monochrome camera, which costs thousands and thousands of dollars, then yes, you're going to be photographing in black and white, in monochrome. For the rest of us, though, I strongly advise always shoot in color and then convert to black and white after the fact. Okay? That means when you're in your editing software. We always want to have a color image to work with, especially because we don't want to limit ourselves by shooting just in black and white. Now, there are a few other exceptions as well. Newer cameras, certain brands will allow you to photograph in RAW an image that they call black and white. So it has a black and white appearance to it. However, the underlying RAW image is still color. That's okay. However, I'd rather you don't go with that. I'd rather you just always shoot in color and edit in black and white after the fact, okay? So yeah, those are two great questions. Thank you, Sanjoy. Thank you, Tyrone. And this wraps up the Q&A session, at least for now. And I will certainly be doing these again. And if you want to be a part of these Q&A sessions, which I'll probably offer in a month's time or so, please go to markhemmings.com and sign up for, it's called Free Photography Lessons. And it's my email list. And I give out free photo opportunities and free photo sessions from time to time to help you with your photography. So I hope you enjoy that, and we'll see you in the next video.